about to get serious here!
There's no winning when it gets to me now.
Alright everyone, JB here, and we're back with another Dragon Ball Z video channel today. Now today, we're going to take a look and talk about if you should summon for the newest LF character coming, the Legends Limited Super Saiyan Broly, Transformation Super Saiyan Broly, that transforms into obviously the legendary Super Saiyan. And there's other couple characters on the banner as well as coming with a Videl and also a Gohan, I believe. Yeah, so a couple days ago, this got revealed to us, you know, on the reveals and stuff on Friday. And this is just me giving my point on whether or not should you summon. Is it worth you spending your crystals? We're going to talk about that in today's video. But as always, if you're new around here, be sure to leave a like on the video and join the channel. Very much appreciate it. So first things first. Now we don't have the banner pulled up. If you're asking when this drops, it does drop the weekly reset that's coming up in a few days. So obviously the banner details are not out yet. So we don't know what characters are going to be on there. But obviously majority of them should be, you know, songs from the movies related. So we're going to take a little bit of a viewpoint of some things on this kit. We're going to talk about that. First thing being, I do want to make a point that is he a character that, you know, you should be summoning for? Is he a must summon character? I don't think he is, simply because they did mention that we're going to get it's going to be 3 different movies. They're going to get buffed during this campaign. So we should expect to see 2 more LF characters and also some other Zenkais, because they also announced Dragon Fist Goku Zenkai as well. So the main key points on this kit. Now he is element red, and he is also for the tags of Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Powerful Opponent, and Status from the movies. Now he also buffs on his Max Z ability, Powerful Opponent, Status from the movies, and Saiyans. So he gives up to 38% strike attack and defense and 18% to, I believe, Powerful Opponent and Status from the movies last defense. So one key point is, you know, I want to just throw out some key points. I might miss some, so do let me know. He does have blast armor on his strike cards. That is one of those. His blue card, I want to mention this. So he deals 30% damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, but he also, when you land the blue card, you're reducing your enemy's key by 50, and you're also hitting them with no switching, so they can't tag out for 5 timer counts. So if you play this correctly with another character that locks you in, it could be a guaranteed rise and rush kill, a guaranteed combo. You know, obviously it doesn't take away the advantage, obviously, but it could be a guaranteed kill depending on the situation. His green card isn't anything too special. It's a blast charge type of green card. You get some key, you get some health right here, and you're getting 20% damage inflicted, etc., etc. Right. So his main ability is one of those that I think is really a really good one. So he transforms into the legendary Super Saiyan. He draws 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. He restores health by 50 and ki by 50, and he also restores vanishing gauge by 100%. And he's also canceling downgrades, you know, debuffs, and, you know, like paralyze and poison, all those abnormal conditions. And also, if his unique gauge is already filled and he transforms, it resets again. So I'm pretty sure it resets, you know, only based off of this. It doesn't just continuously keep, you know, filling up and then resetting. He destroys all your enemy cards, and he gets 20% damage inflicted. The one thing I realized in this guy's kit is he gets a lot of damage inflicted, the potential. So before we review anything else in this kit, besides, you know, us not knowing what banner he has, like I mentioned, he's not a must summon character because you have to think about it. Festival is in about, what, 2.5 months away. Starts in November. So that is one thing you gotta keep in mind, because the fact that they're doing this with I'm gonna only assume that the next at least month or 2 is gonna be this, you know, Status from the movies campaign. Okay, they say there's gonna be 3 different type of movies. So if this is what they're planning to do, just do like a super just buff the sagas, then that kind of limits it down for a lot of people. If you're not a big fan of Silence of the movies, then obviously you're not into summon. But if you're a fan of it, or maybe you main Silence of the movies, because Silence of the movies has some solid overall characters when you look at it. So let's look at the characters really quick. But there's some solid choices. When it comes to Silence, you have Gogeta right here, who just got released this anniversary. You have this God Goku, who has been, I feel like God Goku, he's not that bad. I feel like with this Silence from the movies campaign, he's gonna be able to shine a little bit more. And he kind of got pushed out because of the meta. I'm just gonna say that first and foremost. You have Broly, I think, who was still a solid option, but now we have Gogeta, so he kind of isn't as relevant. You still have Python Gogeta. Still see him being used on certain setups if you don't have God Goku. There's also Frieza. He was in my top 15 for the tier list. He's still a solid option. He's purple as well. So yeah, there's some solid options. And then, like I mentioned, this guy is getting his Zenkai coming up. So you have to look at it at a standpoint as if you don't even main, Silence from the movies, it's more of, do you either want the character, maybe he's your favorite character, do you want the character, or are you looking to build some sort of team around Silence from the movies? He isn't only Silence from the movies. He's also a powerful opponent. That's another team. You can even put him on Saiyans. The Saiyans is also just like a bit variety of different characters. There's so many different options when it comes to Saiyans that you can really just throw on that team. But besides that, I do suggest waiting at least a couple days before his banner goes away, or wait until the last day, because by the time then we should at least gotten some type of hint or some type of maybe another reveals and stuff on what the next character is going to be. Banners are normally about when they release about 2 weeks. Sometimes they're longer than that, 3 weeks or more, so do keep that in mind. But for the majority of my players, if you do come into the game, I would say save, or just wait, like I mentioned, until the last couple days or to the last day of the banner, and then make your decision. That way it gives you time to actually look and see what all we're getting. Because I know for the majority fact of most players, there is a lot of free-to-play players, when it comes to Legends. So yeah, but really quick, we're gonna look at just kind of skim through his kit. I'm not gonna review the whole thing, but obviously when the battle starts, he gets 120% damage, 70% damage reduced, and he also gets card draw speed, level 1 card draw speed. And then after that, as long as you enter the battlefield with him, one thing I did like is he does get a card if you have 3 or fewer cards. So he draws a card, he's restoring key, and he gets an additional 50% damage inflicted, and he gets cover change. For 5 timer counts, not, it's not a lot of times, but that's at least about 2 cards worth, maybe 3 cards. And you also reduce your enemy's card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts. That is a very important one, I think, with a lot of units getting, constant card draw speed, level 2 card draw speed so easily now. And then also he stacks damage, and he's also stacking what is this? He applies buff effect and nullifies enemies reduced key for 10 timer counts. So he's stacking damage inflicted as well on strike and blast arts. So that is something that, like I mentioned, he is constantly stacking a lot of damage inflicted, or he's getting a lot of damage inflicted. And then if you defeat an enemy with this character, he draws 2 more cards, he restores health and key by 50, he restores his vanishing gauge by 100%. So there's potential you can keep on comboing with the guy. He gets an additional 20% damage inflicted, so we're up to what, 210% damage inflicted in total. And he gets level 2 card draw speed for 15 timer counts. The activation count is shared before and after transforming, so do keep that in mind, guys. He has a strike cover change. What else? When he changes cover, he gets 15 key and 15% health and 30 key. And he also basically goes type neutral for 10 timer counts. Now, one thing I do want to mention, like I said, his unique gauge, this is one of the key points right here as well. He charges it every time he uses an arts card. And once it's full, he restores his key by 30. He gets 20% damage inflicted. So he gets 50% for 5 timer counts, but he gets 20% that is not, countable. There's no time limit on that. And he also gets an additional 5 timer counts to cover change. And what else? So he also, this applies whenever he's occurs when hit with an enemy's art attack while his character is on the battlefield. Okay. Reduces ki. He shortens substitution count. Restores his own health by 10%. Yeah. So this is his once he transforms. It's all this is pretty much the same right here. Probably the blue card is a little bit different, but I'll leave that to you guys to look at. But when we look over here, let's go down here. Main ability, because I'm trying to skim down towards. So there we go. So this also this right here. Once he transforms, he gets an additional 15% damage inflicted, 60% of ki recovery, and then he's also hitting the enemies with minus 15% to strike and blast arts power for 10 timer counts. And that's, you know, that can come in handy. You know, he's basically debuffing how hard your cards can hit. He's also, you know, when he comes into the battlefield, he's drawing a new card. He's restoring ki by 30. Same thing here. He's debuffing, you know, your card draw speed, your blast and art. Yeah, your strike and blast arts power. Same thing with the special move. Yeah, so he's debuffing right there. That's something good to have. Not him just being overpowered as an offensive unit. But every time he uses a strike and blast art, it's the same thing right here. He's stacking up that 15% damage inflicted. Something of the same sorts down here. But if we go down here, right here, yeah, I think this is important for a lot of people. He kind of has what the Ultra UI has for his unique ability. So he can basically nullify your cover change, and then he does damage to you, but that's not all. Unlike UI, you can actually combo off of that. It says right here, you take damage, you know, you give damage to the enemy, but he's also able to combo off of it basically with any arch card. So you're able to continue your combo. So that is something that I would say that's very important. Then also, like I mentioned, you want to get this guy's unique gauge filled before you transform, because you get that health, you get that additional ki, you get 2 new cards, and then you're getting an additional 20% damage inflicted, and some more, you nullify special cover changes. So overall, that's like what, 245% damage inflicted. Now this is me counting. If we go up here a little bit, this is also me counting if you defeat an enemy. So if you don't defeat an enemy with this character in the battle, you don't get this 20%. So you can take that off and say, let's say like about 220, 225% damage inflicted max without, you know, defeating the enemy with this character. But obviously if he's just giving this much damage inflicted, you overall should be able to get him up to that point. So I would say, you know, it's like I said, he's his kit, you know, I didn't read everything, but I read majority of the stuff, the key points. He looks good. Would I recommend summoning on him? It's 50-50 ball. You know, if you want him, summon. If you need him, you know, you're like I said, Silence from the Movie's main, or maybe you're a powerful opponent main, summon for him. He's definitely a bit buff towards that powerful opponent campaign. But overall, I would say save your crystals, especially if you're free to play. And, you know, we just had Omega Shenron's LF banner not too long ago. They got released. So there's a potential chance, you know, just like I mentioned, we're going to get even more characters. So they've said it. We're going to get buffs from 3 different type of movies, and also Zenkai characters as well. So this is their way of throwing a big campaign at us to where, hey, you know, we want you to summon. The animations look good overall to me. Probably has one of the better LF animations in the game. But I would say don't summon, you know, if you're new, maybe you're a beginner. But if you're a little bit more experienced in the game, you main the tag that he's in a couple tags. I'll say summon for him, or just wait until the last day of the battle, or a couple days before the battle goes away. Because at the end of the day, he's not just like overpowered, but he's definitely going to be good. You know, he is red, so you still have, you know, different teams you can put him on, especially with, like I mentioned, you could probably use God Doku as a cover whenever you run into people that, you know, have Vegito, who's blue, or maybe even Python, you can even put him on that team with him. But yeah, I think that's gonna cover everything in this video. I mean, at this point, it kind of seems like I just reviewed this kit, you know, more than telling you guys what to do. But that is the key points of what I was gonna say. Either way, you know, if you're new, don't summon, you know, unless you want them really bad, or you're just in the game as a casual and you want to get them, you know, just collect them. But as for my more experienced players, if he's not a team that you main with him, you know, or a team that you're hoping to main with him soon, don't summon, you know, and also summon on the last day, or, you know, the last couple days. You don't have to always summon when he first comes out. A lot of people just do that, you know, because mainly for like content creators. Then some people just want to get the summons out the way. But that is what I suggest, because we are going to be potentially getting 2 more LF characters on top of this. So you want to spend your crystals wisely, is what I would probably say for the most part. But yeah, besides that, that is probably gonna be it for today's video. Probably longer than I normally wanted it to be, but yeah, you know, here we are. At the end of the day, hopefully this was helpful somehow. You know, maybe if you guys want to know where to get his review his kit, this is the link towards the website, or you could go also to the Twitter page for Legends, and they also have a link for that as well. As always, everyone have a blessed day. It's your boy JB. I'm out.